Welcome to #Wednesdays Weekly, a weekly information session in collaboration with voluntary sector and public sector partners. Today's session is Healthy Start, and our host is Fiona. Over to you, Fiona.
Thanks. Morning, everybody. Nice to see you again, Linda. I was with Linda yesterday. I will just, so to introduce myself, I work for Rochdale Public Health, leading on the obesity and healthy weight programme, and the Healthy Start scheme has fallen under that because it has such and it can have such an impact on in the early years and on pregnant and new mums. So I'm just going to share my screen because I have a presentation. Can everyone see that? Yeah? Is that thumbs up? Okay, fabulous. Oh. So just to give you an overview of what I'm going to be discussing in the next 10-15 minutes. So an introduction to the Healthy Start scheme. Some of you may be aware of what it's all about, but some of you may not. An uptake in the Rochdale area to give you an idea of what we're trying to achieve. The eligibility criteria for new mums, pregnant mums who are wanting to join the scheme. The fact that it's gone digital back in March. The Healthy Start vitamin scheme, which is also a key driver for us in increasing uptake. Why we support it and what you can do to help support it. So the Healthy Start scheme started in 2006 to provide a nutritional safety net and improve access to a healthy diet for low-income families. The people are eligible from the 10th week of pregnancy until the child is 4 years old. And allowance varies as this progresses, as we can see here. So from the 10th week of pregnancy, they'll be eligible for £4.25 a week. From when the child is born to the first year of its life, it's £8.50 each week. And between the age of 1 and 4 years old, it's £4.25 again per week. And also there's free vitamins, pregnant breastfeeding mothers. So the allowance can be used to purchase plain liquid cow's milk, fresh, frozen and tinned fruit and vegetables, dried, fresh and tinned pulses, so lentils, chickpeas, etc., kidney beans, and infant formula milk based on cow's milk. So over the course of a child's life, this is worth over £1,200, which is obviously significant. So the figures in Rochdale, uptake rates in this graph are shown only for March 22. So it will vary, over the course of the year, but just to give you an indication that Rochdale, the uptake is fairly good, 75%, averages out at 75% over the course of a year or so. This equates to just over 2,500 Rochdale residents who are signed up to receive the vouchers. But there are almost 3,500 who are eligible, meaning that there's, 819, but almost 1,000 families who are missing out on this £1,200, which is significant. And it equates to a lot of unclaimed vouchers each month. And what we want to do is make sure that everyone who's eligible is claiming for these vouchers. So who is eligible? So families must be receiving one of the following benefits. So income support, income-based job seekers allowance, pension credit, universal credit, child tax credit, or if, regardless of the income, if an individual is pregnant and under the age of 18, then they qualify regardless. I can share, or you can see on the bottom of this slide here, there is a link to a website. We'll have all this information on if you're curiously writing it down. It will be available, it's available there. So for those with immigration status who have no recourse to public funds, they need to have at least one British child under 4 years old, and the family needs to earn less than £408 per tax. So there are quite a lot of people who will fall into those eligibility criteria. So one of the big things that's happened this year and has been in the pipeline for many months is that the Healthy Start scheme used to be based on paper vouchers. So people used to get sent them in the post and exchange them in shops for milk and the pulses of fresh fruit and veg. So March 31st this year, the scheme went digital, meaning that they had a prepaid card that was uploaded automatically every month with money. But everybody who was on the scheme previously had to reapply to go to this digital scheme. And everybody, there was plenty of promotion around borough and nationally, and everybody would have, who was already eligible, would have received a letter asking them to reapply. But we suspect that some people may not have access to a computer to allow them to do it, or the digital knowledge to allow them to do it, which is perhaps where some of the uptake has declined since the 31st of March. So what the whole purpose of the digital scheme is to make it more discreet so that people can use it because it looks like a MasterCard in any supermarket or place where they accept MasterCard. So of being on the Healthy Start scheme. It's also because it's automatically updated or topped up each month, and the process is much more straightforward. And like I said, any shop or food club pantry who accepts MasterCard and sells the right goods can accept this prepaid card. You can also check your balance in an ATM, which is really beneficial. So in theory, once everyone's applied and it's all settled down, I think it will be really positive. So, like I mentioned earlier, as well as the card that entitles you to the milk and the vitamin, the milk and the free fruit and veg, they also have Healthy Start vitamins. So although 75% of those who are eligible for Healthy Start scheme redeem their food vouchers, some studies have shown that less than 10% redeem their vitamin coupons, and there's lots of evidence about research about how beneficial these vitamins are at key stages. So they contain, for pregnant mums, vitamin D and folic acid in the correct amounts, and then the Healthy Start vitamins for children, which are drops, contain specific amounts of vitamin A, C and D as well. So they are really important for pregnant and new mums, and in the early years for babies and young children to get these specific amounts of vitamins. So the Healthy Start vitamins are available to those who are pregnant, new mothers, breastfeeding, and children under the age of 4, can be collected every 8 weeks from a registered distributor. Now in Rochdale, the distribution has changed in the last couple of months, and we now have them at every children's centre in the borough, so 16 different children's centres. So if anyone is eligible, they can go there with their Healthy Start card to show their eligibility and get the free vitamins for either themselves if they're pregnant or for their child. So all the children's centres are aware of the process, so it should be really straightforward for somebody to go in and get them. If anybody asks about the Healthy Start vitamins and they're not eligible to get them free, the best place to get them is Superdrug. I think for about £3.99 for the 8 vitamins. So not a huge cost if you're not eligible. So the other thing that may be important to some is the vitamins are vegetarian and halal certified as well. Okay. So how you can help. So like I said before, the cards can be used in all the major supermarkets and in convenience stores that use MasterCard or accept MasterCard and have fresh milk, formula milk, tinned fruit and veg, etc. There are some of the supermarkets really helpful. But as we know, prices of fruit and veg and milk can vary, so the real value of the benefit also varies. And what we'd really like to encourage is for the where possible, the food pantries and clubs that do stock tinned fruit, veg and milk to be able to accept vouchers, because then they will go further basically to achieve and to buy those basic needs. So where possible, we would encourage people to look for their local food pantry to make money go much further. And previously, not everybody could register the paper vouchers, but now it is on the card. That should hopefully make things much more streamlined and better. And we also want all families with young children who qualify to be on the scheme and to know where their money will go furthest. So one of the things we are doing, and you may well have been contacted by a colleague of mine, is basically going around different children's centres and community centres, libraries, with a laptop, promoting the scheme and getting people to sign up with it there and then if they haven't. They do have to bring a letter to prove their eligibility, but if they know that in advance, and she's going to go to the same place on numerous occasions back, and we thought this would work really well attending settings where there is the food club pantry as well, and direct people straight to the support. So those people who may not have access to the internet will have support to do that. So I hope that's given you some information on the Healthy Start scheme. Has anyone got any comments or questions that I may be able to answer?
Thank you, Fiona. I'll just stop the recording.